Picture this: a young boy, orphaned and alone, standing on the banks of a river in a small village. His eyes burn with determination, his hands clutching a simple reed. Little does he know that this humble plant will become the key to his destiny and the salvation of his people. This is the story of the Reed Flag Boy, a tale of courage, ingenuity, and the indomitable spirit of a nation under siege. Long ago, in a land shrouded by the dark clouds of foreign invasion, a poor riverside village clung to survival. Among its inhabitants was an orphaned boy, nameless and homeless, yet possessing a flame of unyielding courage that burned brightly in his eyes. With nothing but a single reed from the riverbank, he would soon write a page of history in the fight against invaders that his nation would never forget. Life was harsh for the young orphan. Each day, he survived on the kindness of villagers, herding buffalo and performing odd jobs to earn his keep. His only possession was a bundle of soft reeds, yet in his mind, they transformed into mighty weapons. As he played along the riverbank, he imagined himself as a great general, leading troops into glorious battle. The shouts of command and the pounding of feet in his make-believe games were the first stirrings of a legend in the making. The boy's world changed forever on the day the invaders came. They stormed into the village like a plague of locusts, their cruel laughter mixing with the screams of terrified villagers. Homes were set ablaze, food stores pillaged, and the once peaceful community was thrown into chaos. As the villagers fled in fear, the orphan boy stood his ground, feeling not terror, but a growing flame of anger in his heart. While others sought refuge, the boy turned to the river, his constant companion and now, his source of inspiration. With determined hands, he cut the sturdiest reeds he could find, carefully sharpening their tips and binding them into bundles. These simple plants, once mere playthings, were about to become the village's unlikely saviors. As night fell, the boy put his daring plan into action. Gathering the young men of the village who had not fled, he distributed his bundles of reed flags. Under the cover of darkness, they positioned themselves on the outskirts of the village, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The invaders, drunk on their easy victory and stolen wine, were caught completely off guard. In the pale moonlight, they saw what appeared to be an army of soldiers, flags waving proudly in the night breeze. The boy and his companions shouted and moved their reed flags with practiced precision, creating the illusion of a much larger force. Panic spread through the invaders' camp like wildfire. Convinced that the royal army had arrived to exact revenge, they fled in terror, leaving behind their ill-gotten gains and their wounded pride. As dawn broke, the villagers emerged from hiding to find their home saved and their oppressors vanquished. All thanks to the courage and quick thinking of one orphaned boy. Word of this incredible victory spread rapidly, carried on the winds of hope to every corner of the beleaguered nation. Tales of the boy's bravery and ingenuity grew with each retelling, until they reached the ears of the king himself. Intrigued by the stories of this young hero, the monarch summoned the boy to his palace. Standing before the throne, the orphan who had never known a family found himself face to face with the father of his nation. The king, impressed by the boy's unwavering gaze and the intelligence that shone in his eyes, saw in him the potential to become a great leader. In a moment that would change the course of history, the monarch appointed the former orphan as a general in his army. No longer armed with just reeds and determination, the boy-turned-general now commanded trained soldiers and wielded proper weapons. Yet he never forgot the lesson of his humble beginnings. That true strength comes not from the tools at hand, but from the spirit within. Leading his troops into battle, the young general employed the same creativity and courage that had saved his village. Time and again, he outmaneuvered the invaders, using clever tactics and surprise attacks to overcome their superior numbers. With each victory, the tide of war turned, and hope blossomed anew in the hearts of the people. As the years passed, the Reed Flag Boy, as he came to be known, grew into a legendary figure. His name became synonymous with resilience and hope, a living symbol of the nation's unbreakable spirit. Children played at being the clever general, waving sticks as reed flags, and dreaming of the day they too might save their homeland. But the true legacy of the Reed Flag Boy lay not in his military victories, impressive though they were. It was in the lesson he taught to generations that followed, that greatness can come from the most humble beginnings and that the mightiest weapon is a mind sharpened by adversity and a heart fueled by love for one's people. In the end, it was not advanced weapons or noble birth that drove out the invaders and secured the nation's freedom. It was the intelligence, courage, and unwavering faith of a boy who refused to accept defeat. The Reed Flag Boy showed that even in the darkest of times, when all seems lost, a single spark of hope can ignite a flame that will light the way to victory. So remember, when you face your own invaders, be they doubts, fears, or seemingly insurmountable odds, that you carry within you the same potential that transformed a orphaned boy into a national hero. Like the reed that bends but does not break in the storm. You too can weather any challenge with resilience and emerge stronger on the other side. The story of the Reed Flag Boy reminds us all that true strength lies not in the weapons we wield, but in the spirit with which we face our battles. With courage, creativity, and an unyielding will, even the smallest among us can rise to become the greatest of heroes.